and we're off with the Titan actually down about 0.5% on Dhanteras Day, but the stocks had a great run. It starts off the day with a bit of a cut, 0.5% cut. The Nifty itself is down about 40 points, absolutely in sync with what the pre-open was indicating. The weakness is coming in from the banks. Bank Nifty is down about 0.3%. So that's the watch area as we kick things off. Axis, Kotak Mahindra Bank, a lot of these names are on the downside. Let's pull up the biggies. HDFC Bank very flat with a mild negative bias. ICICI Bank is down by a couple of rupees as well. So the banks are, a key watch point. Then you have M&M. Remember, the stock rallied 4.5% going into close yesterday. It's starting the day on a quiet note as earnings come through today, about 1% lower. Metals are weak. Hindalco, JSW, Steel. These are some of the names on the downside as we started off. And then that's about it. It's getting really quiet out there, not too much otherwise. On the flip side, Adani Ports numbers have been pretty well received. Some positive brokerage commentary as well over the last couple of days. So 0.5% up there. Enterprises and Ports, actually, two Adani stocks are up and about. Other than that, it's pretty quiet. And now, Nigel, it's a 60-point card. So now It's getting more closer to what the gift was, indicating. 60 points lower now.
I think should be gifts on your mind because it's the gift Nifty that we were talking about. But we're down close to 65 points. Big movers, though, today. There are quite a few. Muthoot Finance, we'll be speaking to the management in just a bit from now. That stock is open up with a cut of close to 6%. So clearly the street doesn't like those numbers. IOC, that's down close to 5.5%. United Spirits is down close to 4.5%. Also, that stock has taken a hard knock in this week itself. In fact, it was trading well in the green. Now, post this cut, it's actually negative for the week. Petronet LNG continues to reel under pressure, post that big capex that they put out with their results. So the stock has been seeing periodic selling out there. Ramco Cements, the numbers look very, very good. The problem is that the stock is at a 52-week high, and valuations as well at around $150 per ton don't offer much support. So that's why that stock as well is down close to around 2%. Sambandha Mandasan, well, that's up close to 1.5%. HAL as well is higher in trade today. And you have KPIT Technologies as well, one of those outperformers. That stock is higher as we speak. Campus Activewear, stock down close to around 8% as we speak. And a couple of other notable stocks that are pulling back. NCC has pulled back a little bit. So a quietish start to trade, but from the broader markets, you have some big result reactions. And I think today, at least, it's skewed more towards the downside with some of these names that have declared their numbers. Case in point being Muthoot, IOC, United Spirits posted its con call, I think, and Ramco as well posted its results that came late last afternoon.
Nigel, so 50 points lower is what we have on the Nifty, and things are looking a little weakish, as is expected. Advertised since the morning or the last 1.5 hours. A few other names, right? Muthoot, we just mentioned 6% cut. It's a big one. With Muthoot, it's been like a step forward, 2 steps back, and but we'll see. I think for the second quarter in a row, after what has been a very strong improvement on the back of lower competition, etc., the numbers are looking a little iffy once again. We'll have the management with us in a bit from now. The other one is Campus, right? Campus Footwear. Mangalam was highlighting this in the morning. 8% lower. That's a big cut on the back of very large volume. Stocks at about 243. United Spirits is down sharply, 4% cut, 1,054 on United Spirits. Piramal Enterprises, we highlighted the results, and Abhishek was telling us the numbers look poor. Stocks down about 2.5%. There is Petronet, which is down 4%, 193 on Petronet. Nigel mentioned Ramco. Senco, something we discussed in the morning. Senco is down 5%. It's had a one-way kind of a move, very sharp. So then, it's sort of coming off after the numbers. What else? Mama Earth, which is Honasa, it fell below 300 yesterday, and that continues to go down. So stocks at about 292 at this point in time. The big mover, which is oil marketing companies, IOC, for example, IOC is down 5% on the back of, as of yesterday's close, IOC had done about 12% for the week, so there's a bit of a pullback happening. It's the largest volume traded loser across the board that we have at this point in time. So there is a fair bit happening. MTAR Tech had a large cut yesterday, and that's following through with another 3% loss this morning. So that's on the loser side. It's exactly 1:1 in terms of advances to declines, and the breadth of the market is very, very evenly poised. Just one name before we welcome in our market master. On the upside, Action Construction Equipment will come up. ACE, that's up 10%, and it's got decent-sized volumes for this point in the day. So worth highlighting before we go any further. The Nifty is down about, what, 40 points or so at about 19,350. Kenneth, sorry.
I was just mentioning one or two more stocks because a lot of the PSUs are in focus, right?
Yeah.
With this huge rally and rush. So thought I'll put it on the table.
Yeah.
BEML delivered numbers and it's at least delivered well. There's a 150 basis points expansion on the margin. Top line numbers are in general looking good. Stock is reacting to that. RVNL hasn't really been sort of lighting up the charts. So RVNL is a little quiet. And yesterday's move up, PFC is seeing a little more added weight. PFC's numbers were, of course, very well received, good numbers as well. So there's some added follow-through buying on PFC.
Just
today.
one point on IOC, it appeared the stock was lower, but actually it's gone ex-dividend of 5 rupees. So that explains why the stock is low. Otherwise, adjusted for that, it's more or less flattish. And the other one we're looking at is Reddy. The stock is holding more or less flattish, even though there's a bit of a conflict between, the current MD, that's Ms. Saluja, as well as the Burmans. But the reason that the stock is holding up is because, in all probability, there'll be an open offer at 235. So that could provide a bit of an arbitrage opportunity. Depends as and when that open offer does take off. So that's what will support the stock as well. So that just thought I'll highlight these 2 points.
No, absolutely. Well, 218, 219 on Religare at this point in time. Kenneth?